We are super back. 5 months ago.
What up? It's Maria Nicole XO.
Welcome back to our channel. If you're new, you know what to do. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So today we're going to be talking about the comparison. Why we gotta do this every time? How comparison is the thief of joy. So we thought we would have that conversation today. And let's go ahead and
Get into the video.
I think what happens with comparison is we get the highlight reel of everybody's lives, and then we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, and we're not thinking about that. Our mind is automatically like, oh, she got a new car, awesome, she's lit, or she got a new job, or he graduated, and here I am still doing what I'm doing and not moving forward. So
She said so.
so what's your take?
But yeah, no, I think we as people or humans or whatever just really focus too much on other people, period. And we let them hinder our lives or what our next move is. We can't think about our next move just because we're so focused on what the other person's move was at that point, or what they're talking about their whole next move is. We're just especially when it's something that you want to do, and it's that person that you're watching. Okay, look, you can learn from other people and look at other people or whatever they're doing, and it's okay, yes, I admire, but don't ever idol that person, because that's why you're comparing yourself to that person. You can just admire and learn to just admire them, and that's it.
Right.
Because if you're really oh my gosh, I idolize them, I want my stuff to be like them, or whatever it is, you just that's when you really start comparing and being well, dang, that's awesome, because now I can't do that, but you need to look at it as, if they can do that, I can do that, instead of being I can't do that just because they're really good at it. Yeah.
You were saying with comparing and wanting to be like that person, which I feel it's okay to say, it's a line we have to draw where we have to look at that person and say, okay, I like that they did this, let me see how I can learn that technique, versus letting it stop your actions completely from starting that business or continuing being consistent with the business, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And not looking at it negatively. But it's very hard to do because you get caught up in what they have going on and not yourself. And then you will talk yourself out of it.
Exactly. And that's the thing, is just comparison. That's why we say, or they say, period, that comparison is the thief of joy, because you're just comparing, and it's stealing all your thoughts that you once had when you were I could do this, I'm ready for this. I just want you just see so much positivity in your future of whatever you're trying to do, especially when it comes down to doing businesses or whatever, so you just be I'm not as good as I really thought, because you're comparing yourself, and you're thinking that because they're already there, you're not trusting that process.
To get everybody's worried more about the destination than their journey, because even I'm I'm 24 already, and I don't want to waste my 20s worrying about my next step, when it's just already planned, it's already going to happen. So I have to continue to work towards that. If I just stop because I went on Instagram and saw somebody was doing great, doesn't mean I can't do great. Like you said, if it can happen for them, it can happen for me as well. Exactly. And so I think it's just really difficult for us to try to figure out how to get past that comparison part. And I mean, we know mostly it's social media, because back in the day you didn't really see what the next person had going on. It was just everybody had their own life, and now we're exposed to everybody's life.
Right, exactly. And because you're so focused on everybody else's life, but you're really not focusing on your own, that's why you're comparing. And that's why it's literally, you have to find the value in yourself in what you do. So
how do you feel people can do that? How do you feel we can all start trying to find that value? You know what I'm saying? Because we all know we compare ourselves, but that probably means refraining from certain things.
I think listening to things that will help you take action steps. Because it's hard to do those action steps, or it's hard to you have to change your mindset no matter what. Especially if you have a goal to reach, and you know, oh my gosh, this is what I want, and there should be nothing to stop me from getting what I want.
Right.
Because
Especially
you have
for
to
you.
manifest everything.
Yeah,
You know?
your
So
setup.
like, yeah, exactly. Like that's why everything, your mind is very, very powerful.
Yeah.
So you can, whatever you think in your mind and you think that you can do, don't let outside influences get to you, because like at the end of the day, yes, it is gonna happen, and we're all gonna end up still like comparing ourselves, but don't let that just literally take away your joy. Like, you know, because like that joy is not going to be it's not like just temporary, you know, like that's like joy is still long lasting, you know, like you still have joy even though one day that you compared yourself or, you know, you got down about it, that doesn't mean that your joy is gone forever.
Yeah, and I feel like we have to realize that how important joy and happiness is to be able to even develop and be the person that we want to be. Like we have to find, like you said, value in ourselves. But in order to move forward, I have to be happy with myself. I have to be happy with the work that I do. Otherwise, people won't see that value in me either. So if I'm just like, I guess I'm okay, or I'm just like, no, we're not saying be cocky, but if you don't see that value in yourself, how's anybody else going to see it in
you have to see it no matter what, even if people aren't seeing it
right
from
now
you at that point, because yes, they may not be seeing it from you right now, but they because you're not valuing yourself, they're not going to value you. Just, I guess, like, it's really just growing up and realizing and maturing, exactly, like getting into that mindset of like, wow, like I'm really growing, I'm really here on this earth to do something, and finding out like you really do have a purpose out here. So don't let anybody else stop your purpose, because they're living their purpose, right? They doing what they're supposed to do, so they're not paying nothing for you. So why let them, you know, hinder that for yourself, because you'll be stuck the whole time if you just really like comparing yourself to all these people, because that's their life. You never know.
And their life, they probably have struggles too.
But like, which they do. Everybody went through something.
Exactly,
you know?
to get to that point. We have to think about other people, you know, with like, whose life can I make a difference in? Like, what if I do give up? I feel like it's so many things that if we don't do it, we will be like, dang, like we don't know what the future holds. And that's kind of a good thing, because we sit here and just give up. Like for, you know, makeup, or like she's into makeup, I'm into photography. I don't know where that's going to take me, versus I ended up just working my 9 to 5 and never knew where I could have been. Or YouTube, we never know where we could be. So instead of just giving up and just thinking about like other people. Why?
Yeah, because you want, like, if you think about it, us wanting to quit like certain things, or if anybody wanting to quit anything, is because you compared yourself to somebody else. And that's why it's really thieving your whole joy, because like you're literally letting what other people are going through when it's not even your life. Like, that's so crazy to me how it can really impact us, but at the same time you have to like
be strong.
You have to
mindset.
Life is hard. Life is hard. And you have to have that strong mindset. Like, build yourself up first, no matter what. When it comes down to relationships, comes down to your business, just life, period. Love yourself. Like, get into that mindset of knowing that you're capable of anything, because you are whatever you put your mind to. Literally, like, my parents always told me, and this has been a saying, like, you know, you can do whatever you put your mind to.
Like, the
like,
sky
how
is really
is
the
that?
limit. It's really the limit.
Yes,
like, we stop ourselves from like accomplishing so many things. You know, you're waking, like, every day. I wake up, I know I need to wake up, just go to the gym, go eat that fruit, go like write and do what I wanted to do that day. But no, I sit there letting overthinking. That's why we got to implement that 5-second rule, which is once you wake up, you do whatever your thought. Oh, you have the book. Oh yeah, you do have the book. Yeah. Once you wake up, whatever your thought is, if it's like workout, don't think too much. We all overthink. That's a part of comparison too. Like, well, what if I do this? And then I think a lot of things
other people are gonna think, like, if I go here or whatever, like, close your mind, close your eyes to everybody else,
and be in your zone.
You know who you are,
right?
Just do you, be you. That's the best way you can go through life. Like, you have to just know who you are.
And
that's really it. Because
but it's hard because like also
hard.
Anxiety can take a part, or depression or whatever mental disorder that you're overthinking, like, and then once those overthinking comes, that's it. Your whole day is gone, and you're like, wow, I just wasted a whole nother day. And then years go by, and I just don't want. My biggest thing of trying to grow in personal development is like, I don't want to regret I don't want to regret not accomplishing anything, and not getting to the point, you know, because of somebody else, because of what somebody else thought. Right. That's foolish.
Yes, you know that is foolish, because I will be way more upset than I am right now about something people, that if I got somewhere and I didn't let myself get to what I know my potential is. Right. You know, live out to your potential. You know what you can do, and you're just like, wow, like, no, I'm just not going to do it today because I'm really thinking too much about it. Right. So, what? Yeah. like, what are we doing? What do they have to do with anything? Yeah. What do they have to do with anything? Nothing. Literally. Nothing. Like, it's crazy how much we think about too many, like, just think about the negative. Right. When you wake up and you're just like, okay, I can just do 5 more minutes, you know, of sleep or whatever. And then that's when you end up being late. Yeah. You know? That's true. The early bird gets the worm.
Yeah, that's true. Like, using your time wisely, because, like they always say, everybody got 24 hours in a day. So what's stopping you from the next person? And sometimes I think we also think about resources like, well, I don't have this, I don't have that, but you just have to get started. And that's coming from somebody who, we were and are pretty privileged. So I can't speak for everybody, but you start from where you can start from versus like, I'm just never going to accomplish it.
But that's why people who literally start from the bottom get to where they're at.
Yeah, that's
true.
Because
they have that
scratch.
More. Yeah. Yes, and they know, they understand, like, they have the same 24 hours in a day than Beyonce.
Right. So, she could do it. And I think the thing too is we have to stop thinking about time. That's our biggest thing, is we like, all right, we're 24, we're 25, we're 26. We want to accomplish it in a time frame, but that's not up to us. That is up to us to an extent, because we have to work towards that. But it's going to take longer time if you wake up and continue not to do what you need to do. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So we're basically just, you need to stop comparing yourself. I need to stop. She needs to stop. We all really need to stop. Take your comparison as lessons. Yeah. So instead of just comparing and being like, okay, that's awesome. Like, negative. Just being very negative about it. Just take that, what you see them doing, know that you can do it too, and try to make it better and try to make it work for you, because you know what you are capable of.
I think in order to accomplish it, it's an everyday thing to work on. Like, not saying the business or your 9 to 5, but like working on yourself is an everyday thing. And I didn't realize that. I'm thinking like, okay, I did a little personal development today, this week, for the week, so I'm good. And then next week I'm like, dang, well, I'm kind of not feeling encouraged today. But it's really a mental thing you have to work on every single day. These people who are waking up at 6 a.m. because they're like, I gotta get in my meal, I gotta work out, I gotta read, I gotta do, because they're doing this on a daily basis.
And they're managing their time wisely.
Time management. That's really what it is. Yeah. And not wasting it. I mean, we have our chill days. It's okay for us to chill and watch Netflix, but we gotta be focused.
Yeah. It's focusing. Yeah. I think that's the main thing, is really having that focus for your vision. You know what you want. You know at the end of the day, and like, you have to realize like, okay, if I have this vision for what I want to be, what I think my life is going to, what my destination is, if I already like have that in my head, that's not going anywhere. Yeah. Like, my destination cannot change. Yeah. Why does it matter? Yeah. How long it takes, or, you know, like, because you have to think about it. It's your time that you're wasting, and you're like not trying to get there. Yeah. Because you could do so much better than what you are doing. There's always room for improvement. Yeah. But just don't let those, it's just the outside influences that we let get to us. And you really have to have that focused tunnel vision. Yeah. Like, I see it right there. I'm going to get it. Block this. Block that. Well, that is it for our comparison video. We hope you guys enjoyed it and definitely took value in what we've said, because we are taking notes for ourselves. This is why we speak, because we need to hear it for ourselves. And if we speak it out, maybe we can help you guys as well. Right. So again, thank you. We love you. We're back, better than ever. and it's lit. And don't forget that self-love is the best love. You guys
enjoy
the video.
Bye.